Introducing the Smith & Wesson M&P9 M2.0 from Umarex. Kicking velocities up to 375 feet per second. Chambered in the 177 steel BB caliber, 12-gram CO2 powerhouse and power source system, 18-round magazine capacity, a blowback action for that live action feature. Don't forget, this thing comes with customizable large, medium, and small grip inserts. What's up, YouTubers and air gun enthusiasts? Welcome back to another quick unboxing here on ASR Airstream Rifles. If you haven't liked or subscribed, I highly suggest you do so. To all the newcomers, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you haven't received any of my latest videos, make sure you hit that notification bell. To all my subscribers, I couldn't thank you enough for your long-term support. Well, that's enough chitter chatter here. Let's go ahead and cut this thing open. All right, guys, make sure you don't throw your packaging away. And before we get a close-up on this thing, I want to show you what else came in the packaging. So if you're familiar with the channel, you obviously know that the Umarex products, you know what, Umarex just keep making their way to this channel for some odd reason, maybe because of their awesome products. So make sure you don't throw away these pamphlets. Keep them for your warranty purposes, and make sure you keep this as well. Make sure you read it thoroughly. Shows you how to proper maintenance, everything you need to know for this M&P 2.0. Now, another thing that came inside the packaging was also the Allen wrench key. You're going to need that for your CO2, and the palm swells, the back straps. Well, guys, let's go ahead and review this thing up close. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Smith & Wesson M&P M2.0. Now, this is not a real 9mm firearm. This is a replica of a 9mm. This is a CO2 BB pistol. They call the M&P9 the Glock Killer, the 2.0 version. Now, notice the two types of material that are being used, with the lower part being polymer and the upper being metal. They both give a well-balanced look and also a well-balanced feel. Now, let's take a look at the front of the barrel. It has some reset in there, very nice, and it almost looks like it has some rifling going on in the reset. Now, it does not have a rifle steel barrel, guys. This is a BB gun. This is not a pellet pistol. The Glock 17 had an official stainless steel rifle barrel. Now, these materials are being used throughout the pistol, and I'll show you just a second. But let's go ahead and enjoy the beautiful grit that's on the handle. 360 degrees, front, back, side to side. And you also get a light texture during the mid part of the chassis. So when you grab a hold of this pistol, you know you have a hold of it. It almost feels like it doesn't want to let go of you. Now, we also have this beautiful grit on the magazine release. The magazine release is made out of polymer. Drops down a drop-free magazine of 18 rounds. The magazine is 90% metal and 10% plastic, with the floor plate being plastic. Now, the magazine insert's very fine. We noticed on the Glock 17 Gen 5, the magazine well didn't have no beveling, no flare, which makes it much easier to jam that magazine up in there really quickly. And notice we didn't have even a problem with that on the M&P line. But this definitely gives that extra comfort feeling to know you're actually going to drop that magazine without having to force it or try to get it out of there. It's going to fall out of there as soon as you place your finger on there. Very, very ergonomic. Especially got some small ergonomics around the trigger guard, but no texture. Now, as we pull it closer, we can see that partially of the trigger is made out of metal, and the other part of the trigger is made out of plastic, the lower part, which give it a good little flex in the trigger. But hopefully that's for performance, or if not, it's probably for safety features. We have a very nice metal serrated slide, which locks back the slide just like it's supposed to. The Glock 17 Gen 5 did not do that for me. If your Glock 17 Gen 5 locks back, please let me know in the comments below. I could have a defective product, but this one locks back just fine. Oh yeah, very nice. And we also have a very nice black sleek finish. This is not an armor knight finish like the original real model is. Now we also have some little windows here in the chassis. Basically, in the real firearm world, they designed some kind of metal chassis and they kind of crimped it together with a polymer to make it make less flex. But we don't have to worry about that in the air gun world. It's just for show. Now we do have a takedown lever that actually does not function. You cannot field strip this, guys. I'm sorry about that. We also have beautiful machining going on in the upper slide, as well as the scallops or fish scale serrations on the upper slide. You also can use the front ones for a press check. Very realistic, very nice to have. Plus the slender in the upper part of the upper, just it gives you that easier pinch to pull back. Not the fact that the 177 is just a difficult gun to cock back. It's not even difficult at all. But just to show you what the M&P line in the real world has to offer. It's very ergonomic. We also have a 3-slot Picatinny rail for your flashlight laser combos. We also have a 3-dot sight, which the 2 rear and the front one. And it is a notch sight and a blade front sight, post, whatever you want to call it. We have that back plate there, the striker fire. I kind of wish they would have put polymer, kind of like the real version. But it's okay. I can live with it. It is blowback action. It is half blowback. It's not a full blowback, as you can see. Half, not even a quarter actually of the barrel there. But very nice though. Safety feature. Right now it should be on fire. And it is serrated. Pull it forward, pull it down. It should be on safe. And it stops the trigger completely. And just to let you know, this thing does fire without the magazine installed. Look at the beautiful engravings there with Smith & Wesson. They didn't go too overboard with these little stamps there. Very nice. Well, guys, I'm going to be showing you how to put the back straps on. And I'm going to be showing you how to load the magazine. What did I miss out on this model? Please let me know in the comments below. What do you like? What do you hate? The Glock Killer. Very beautiful pistol. Alright guys, I'm going to be showing you how to load your magazine with BB's CO2. And I'm going to be showing you how to interchange your back straps. So, let's go ahead and take out the magazine. Make sure your air pistol is on safe. Mine is. Alright guys, really important. Go ahead and take that out. Your floor plate. Go ahead and pull it forward. Try not to break the thing. All right, very nice. Back that hex nut out as much as possible. There's a hex nut right underneath that. Back that out as much as possible. About right there is good enough. Now the capsules are sold separately and the Pel gun oil is sold separately. I've always used the Pel gun oil in every single one of my guns that you see on the channel, just about. I know this is already pierced, guys, but this is just for show. So we go ahead and load it up. Put that lube on there. Install the capsule in there. All right. Now, you don't have to do over tightening. Once you hear that pierce and that hissing noise, that's fine. And if you want to back it up just a little bit, that'll be fine as well. Just click that back. All right. Pull that spring down. And you're going to load all your 18 BBs. I usually just load them through the top like this on these magazines. All right, all 18. All right, so basically what I like to do is walk the spring up. Just like that, so they don't ram all the way up. And that should be easy peasy I like to put a little bit of lube right there in the back of that. Then go ahead and install it back, of course, just like that. But we're going to be showing you how to change your back straps. All right, so let's go ahead and show you from the back straps. So we got 2 different back straps, actually 3 that come with the product. This one's large with a beaver tail, same kind of grit, just a little bit more swollen in the palm area. And this one's a small one. So I have the medium installed, which is I'm not going to be installing any of those. Just going to show you how to take it off and then put it back on. So inside the mag well, there's a little spring. That's what it looks like. So what you want to do is stick your finger in the mag well until this piece pops out. And just like how you take it out, you put it back in. So really quickly, I'll show you. Just like that. Take it out, install it just like how you want the size or whatever. And just like that. Really nice and easy. Anybody can do it, especially you. And one more thing, guys, before you head out there. Make sure you wear eye protection. It's really important. All right, guys? All right, let's head to the range. All right, guys, we finally made it at the range. We're going to be testing 5 shots through the chronograph. We have the Smith & Wesson M2.0 BB pistol CO2. We're using Daisy ammunition, steel BBs, 411. 399, air 388, air. See if we can get one more. All right, also an air. All right, that's pretty good. We got at least some type of numbers. All right, guys, we're finally outdoors at the range. We're going to see what kind of accuracy we can get from the military and police compact pistol from Smith & Wesson. CO2 BB pistol, that is. We're going to be dispersing 9 shots at 10 steps and another 9 shots at 20 steps. If you like the content, please share, please like, please subscribe. Thank you so much. Now, let's go ahead and have some fun. All right, here we are, the 10-step mark. We're going to go ahead and zoom in the camera. 9 shots. Not bad, 9 shots. Let's go ahead and move back. Okay. 9 more shots. All right, that's it, and then locked back. What do you think of the M&P accuracy? So far, so good. All this other stuff, obviously, it is me, not the pistol. If you purchase the pistol, you can obviously get better and better. If you put a laser on that thing, your groupings obviously would be tighter, but not so bad. Straight out of the box, I just have a very small window to work with it, but I'm not going to complain. This is very decent for the price and very ergonomics. I love the ergonomics that this pistol just gives into my hands. Very pleasure shooting this thing. So what do you think of the results? Go ahead and write them in the comments below. We have more to come. We have the weighing, and then we also have the trigger test as well. So don't go too far. right, guys, if you're a subscriber, you already know what time it is. Time to test out that trigger. We have the single action and double action Smith & Wesson. A very awesome platform. Very much like the replica of the real thing. So we're going to measure the double action first. So let's go ahead and turn on the scale. The trigger gauge. 6.2 on the first try. We're going to give it 3 tries. 5.0. Erase that. See what we have. 5.6. Now that's on the third try. Now it's time to do the single action. Okay, that's on 0. 6.2. Looks like not much of a difference. Still heavy, but very short and crisp. 6.2. Very consistent though. 6.0. Let's do it one more time and see what we get. Erased. Back to 0. 6.0. So it is very consistent. Very promising. Obviously it could be better. Tell you what, let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Then we'll talk about the final pros and cons about this awesome product. All right, guys, appreciate you for staying tuned. Let's go ahead and find out how much the Smith & Wesson M2.0 weighs without CO2 and without BBs. So let's go ahead and turn on the scale. All right. Feels very lightweight, by the way. 1 pound and 7.4 ounces. Now the Glock, I think it weighed 1 pound 14, 1 pound 13 and a half, somewhere around that range. Very lightweight compared to that model. Let's go ahead and measure the dimensions of this awesome model. All right, guys, we're getting really close to wrapping this thing up, and I appreciate you for sticking around. We have a little bit more signs still left to go. We're going to be measuring the dimensions of this awesome product. We're going to be starting off with the barrel. It is a smoothbore barrel because the fact that it's not rifle, this is not a pellet gun, this is a BB gun. So we're going to be measuring the barrel first. And the barrel obviously begins from here, and it looks like it ends somewhere right around here. So we put it in batter. When we batter it forward, it should end right around this exit port, right around the edge of this end of the exit port. So right around there. And it looks like maybe the standard 4 inches, maybe. Yep, 4 inches right there. Basically from front to back, 4 inches. Let's go ahead and see the overall length of this awesome compact pistol. And the numbers are really looking identical to other models. This is a 7-inch overall from front to back. So from the top of the receiver to the bottom of the mag floor plate. Let's measure that, make sure we're good. To about 5 1/4. Very similar dimensions to the Glock 17 Gen 5. All right, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the pros and the cons of this awesome product. One of the beneficial pros that I really believe is one of the best on the list is weapons handling. Now, if you have the real Smith & Wesson M2.0, you can actually get better and better with your functions every single day you practice with this CO2 BB pistol. And the ergonomics, the live action fire, it's pretty much there. Obviously, it's not going to feel like exactly the real thing, but it gives you a good idea of what the real thing feels like. Now, another awesome beneficial that comes with the Smith & Wesson M2.0, that this is a half blowback. Now, it really doesn't bother me if I have a full blowback, half blowback. That really doesn't bother me after I done shot the Smith & Wesson M2.0. I really don't think about it anymore. At first, I was kind of skeptical when I bought it. I was like, half blowback. But then I thought the beneficial side of it. You know, half blowback is not going to waste that much on blowing back. So basically, I'm going to have a little bit more shooting time with it. So basically, by holding back a little bit of the blowback, there's a lot of backs in here. So holding back a little bit on that blowback gives you a little bit more time on shooting with the pistol. Unlike the Glock 17, 1 CO2 canister, 1 magazine. So one of the awesome things to owning the Smith & Wesson M2.0, another pro, is the palm swells, the back straps. Basically, if you got different sizes of hands in your family, you can change the palm straps. You know, it gives you medium, small, and large. I was using the medium earlier. Then I ended up switching over to the large because it has beaver tail. It has a little bit more control. I just found out that I have bigger hands than what normal people have, I guess. To me, they feel small, but it gives you the ability to change the palm swells. You don't have to wait till the M3.0 to come out with a different palm swell, with a different lower chassis. You know, it's just, I don't know why they do that, but I wish a lot of individuals would be more like Smith & Wesson a little bit and kind of change the concept up so that way you can make your pistol a little bit more comfortable for you. Another beneficial to owning the M&P Smith & Wesson 2.0 is the magazines are very cheap. They're not so expensive like other models, all right? And the fact that it shoots BBs, they're more expensive than your pellets. But I just believe owning a BB pistol is very economic. Now, as far as SD, this is straight out of the question, but if you feel confident in it, then whatever suits you, bud. On to the next one. Another beneficial to owning this CO2 BB pistol is that it shot basically more FPS than what the package pro claimed. Now, another pro, and I believe that this is the last pro, that this is a very beneficial pro, you can actually get a hold of that safety a little bit better. All right, so if you like safety, if you prioritize safety first, then this is definitely the model for you. All right, very easy and accessible. That safety switch is nothing like the Glock. But hey, man, if you love to be safe, you want your family to be safe, there you go. This is the very beneficial parts of the Smith & Wesson 2.0, the pros of this awesome concept. Now we're going to be moving on to the con. All right, guys, so the first con, just like, you know, the pros, the look of it. Oh, man, and I don't like talking about it, but we have to talk about it. You know, just be careful what you do with this thing because it looks like the real deal. You know, from the floor plate, I mean, it does not look like a BB gun, especially the ones I grew up with. You know, you have a resetted barrel and it's got a little bit of rifling in there. It almost looks like the real deal. So, guys, that's one of the cons about having replicas like this. It just looks like the real firearm. So the best thing I can do is, you know, stay in your property. Conceal yourself a little bit from other neighbors around you that probably dislike you. You know, you'll have a little bit more pleasure in shooting this thing and you'll have a lot more fun, you know, but just be careful when you're going around with this thing because it looks just so much like the real deal. All right, guys, one of the downfalls to owning the Smith & Wesson M2.0, it's not field strippable. That's right, guys. So if you're trying to take it to the range and take it apart, I'm not saying you can't take it apart, all right? Pretty sure you can. It's just going to be a pain to put it back together. Now, you might do it several times and say, hey, you know, I can do it. It's very easy for me. That's cool. I understand exactly what you're saying, but field stripping is a word used basically to say, hey, I can take this pistol and strip it anywhere I want to without any tools. Now, there's models out there that, you know, you can't speak for every model, but there's models out there that come with tools so you can take it apart anywhere you want to, and it's that easy. But this is one of those models that is just not field strippable, all right? So you might can take it apart with tools and stuff, but who would want to take something like this to the range, take it apart with tools, maybe have a high chances of losing a piece out there? Yeah, I just don't recommend it, guys. So, yeah, that's one of the downfalls. And we're going to go ahead and throw another little one in there as well. You can't sight this pistol in. All right. The sights are molded pretty much onto the frame, so you can't adjust the sightings. All right. That's another thing. That's another downfall to this product. And we just have more to come. Another con to owning this product. It's not a big con either. It's just more of a gun gripe. But compared to the Glock 17 Gen 5, this actually has a little play in it. You hear a little rattle in there. You see that? Little rattle. Not too bad. Sounds like a rattlesnake when you're running, maybe. But it's not so bad. Obviously, they have worse models out there. But it does have a little play in the upper slide. Not too much.
that could affect performance as far as accuracy goes, but not a big deal for me because I actually love this model. I actually like how it looks. I just think the M&P M2.0 is just a sexy pistol. I don't see a lot of people mentioning that. They just say it's a very nice pistol. But to me, I think it's a very sexy pistol. It's kind of way ahead of its time. It's got very nice cuts and grooves into the slide that you normally start seeing now these days with these other new models that they're coming out with. So I believe that this model was pretty much ahead of its time, but it's been out for quite some time. Finally, moving on to the last con, more of a gun gripe than anything. And good thing we have devices like this, okay? Because earlier when we were measuring the trigger, I wanted to talk about it right then and there, but you know what? This is what the pros and cons are for. More of a gun gripe than anything, honestly. And it really doesn't affect me more than it affects competitor shooters, precision shooters. Me, I'm just a guy having fun with a model that looks like other models. So in the real life world, all right, when you're fiddling with double action, single action triggers, everybody knows that the double action trigger, it takes a lot more to pull, okay? Well, on this model, it takes a lot more to pull the single action, which is so bizarre and so weird. So it does take a lot more to set that trigger off on the single action than it is double action. So I'm going to break it down for you again. On this model, it takes more, right, to pull this little trigger than it is to pull the full trigger. All right, and it should be the other way around. So I hope I didn't mislead you guys on that. Go ahead and rewind the video all the way to the trigger test, and then you can see the numbers. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. The numbers are supposed to be switched around. But, hey, what you get is what you pay for. Obviously, is what I got in front of me. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change it for anything. I really love this model. I love the way it feels. I love the way it operates. Other than these small little things, I really like this pistol. And what do you like about it? Please write that in the comments below. Please like, please share. The content is really important for the algorithm. And if you have any bad experiences with this model, please share that in the comments below. We can all grow from it. We can all share. Instead of, spending time saying negative stuff, you can say some positive stuff, some stuff that we can actually learn. And we just all basically sit down at a big round table with a cup of coffee and enjoy these conversations. So guys, enough about this. I really love this platform. What do you like about it? Like I said, please write that in the comments below. Share, like, subscribe, do all these things because it helps with the algorithm and it helps my video reach out to a lot of people. So guys, I really appreciate you for sticking around. God bless you. Long live the Republic. And until next time on Airstream.